And a good Monday to everyone. Hope you're having a good one. My Monday just ended. The Spawn Chunks podcast has been published. So that is the checkbox on the end of my professional workday for Mondays. If you want to listen to it, it's at thespawnchunks.com. Brand new episode with myself and Johnny talking about the latest snapshot and Bedrock beta in Minecraft. And I am Joel Duggan, if you haven't figured that out already. This is Satisfactory. We're going to jump right back in where we left off yesterday and work on the iron upgrades to the Devastator factory. 100,555 hanging out with the lurk. Appreciate that. Hope everyone's having a good one. I've had some ideas about how to sort out this particular multi-floor iron facility. I think we're going to use the walls to move things around. And I think I'm going to leave it open in the middle. And something I don't do often enough is utilize the fact that you can offset foundations. And I'll show you exactly what I mean right now. Go up top here. So originally we had all this stuff lined up in the middle, like so. But I like the idea of having an open area all the way to the top. I think that looks really cool. Plus it keeps a lot of light in here without having to run actual lights. But if you're looking at this place and you're like, Joel, how did you do that? How did you get an offset foundation? Well, I've shown the trick before on stream. It's not something that I came up with. I've watched other streamers do it. But essentially, all we need to do, figure out where we're going to put change. So we're probably going to do it here. And then all we do is just use the organization tab, grab one of these guys right here, put it in the corner, and you'll notice that that is half a foundation. So if I grab a foundation and then attach it to this, we're now offset by a half foundation. And that means I can grab this. Sorry, I should have done this one first. That's what we want. We want the upside down ramp. Once that's done, it's very easy. We can just continue to push that down. Obviously, we want to delete these first. Hey, Master Crunchy. Hey, Jay Bryce. How's it going? So by deleting these, we can then delete these other ones. I'm debating where to put the seam. I could hide the seam in the wall, but I think that's going to cause problems. So we're going to go with something a little bit more straightforward. So then I can come down here. Probably going to be easier to do this from down below. Grab this and just push this along. To there. We can delete these. And then when we add in the foundation behind the ramp, it's going to line up. Why is it not what it's supposed to? What's happening now? This was working a second ago. Is it the fact that I've got stuff on it? That's working. Why isn't the other one working? That's really strange. It worked before. I mean, I know what we can do. We can just add in another one of these blocks right here, but ramps are finicky and weird sometimes, I guess. Anyway, that's what I wanted to do. Although I've got it in the wrong spot. Also, we might want to change the direction for these just because the ramps, which I want to use, have a horizontal design on them. M-Dog, hello, how's it going? Good to see you. Things are good here. We've made some progress in the design of this building, and I'm looking forward to sorting it out. Oh, I guess I should have left that there. That goes there. That goes there. That's right. And there's 1, 2, 3. Here's something. Does anybody that plays Satisfactory, do you put your floors on the top part of a wall like that? Or do you go up? Like, do you go up to like the next one? Like, do you go up here so that the whole, like 1, 2, and 3 are all on the same floor, but then you're left with this weird, you'd have to like create a space for them? I've always done it this way, and I don't know whether I'm causing myself future headaches. Make sure that these are facing the right way. That one is not. So I'm going to grab that, and then we should be able to do... Really, I can just... If it wasn't for the fact that they would be visible, we could do that. But we can use this again. Nope, this one. I'm embarrassed it's taken me this long to learn this trick, honestly. I thought that this would have been something I did sooner. Now here, I think what we're going to do is we're going to have the seam go along here. I could put it in here, but that leaves like a half foundation out here, and I'd rather not mess with that kind of stuff. Because I've got no idea if I'm going to run the walls, use this space for anything. So I don't want to block it off in any way. Plus, on this side, I want there to be windows, and I want the light to come in over this way. So we're going to keep it. It will be visible, but it will be barely visible. Oops. Let's put that back here. Nope, not there. The reason I'm changing the orientation is on the off chance that we want to do something with lighting underneath. I want it to look decent. Grandmaster Jones, thanks for follow on Twitch. Appreciate that. And you're welcome. I'm glad you like the podcast. We have a lot of fun doing it, so I'm glad that people are having a good time with it. Right. So right now, get that fixed there. We need to go down. Is it this level? No, we need to go... What happens if I do this? Can you see it underneath? You probably can. Oh, do we like that better? Because that could be... What do we like better? Do we like this look? With like a... like an 8th ramp? Or do we like this other look? Because the 8th ramp would be simple. So, this one or that one? Take it easy, Sparky. Thanks for hanging out. Spawn chunks cooldown with Satisfactory? Yeah, I really wanted to get moving on this. I made a little bit of progress last night on it, but it's not nearly where I wanted it to get to. So, I thought I'd work on this. I had a big break in the middle of my day. I went to go work out between recording and publishing the spawn chunks, so I had a good 3-hour window of my own time, so... I'm leaning on this because it looks like it might be more sturdy. Let's just do a bunch of these. So that's what that side looks like. And then this side looks like that. I kind of like that. Especially because we could easily paint them. So like we could have... I mean, I don't know if it's going to be green. But we could also have these be purple. Or any color we want. We could make them kind of gray. Or dark. If we wanted to. I shouldn't mess with these because once you paint them, you have to delete them. Master Zen, hello. Yep, decision made. We're gonna go with that. Take these. So what I'm going to do is we're going to have the border of this all face the same way. Now these I'm okay changing the color on because I want this to be like a no build zone. So temporarily I'll mark that off like that. I like what we've done here. Move these. All right, so that takes care of that floor. Now for the export, I think we're going to change things around here. Skull Daisy Gimp subscribing at tier 1 for 23 months. Almost 2 years. Skull Daisy says, do I get a fancy new badge for that when that happens? Actually, yes, you should. I need to, I'm planning on doing an art stream tomorrow. And you're very welcome for the 23 months of good times. Thanks for being a mod and being such a cool part of the community. Really appreciate it. We're gonna do an art stream tomorrow. I have client work to do, but I'm gonna warm up with my own stuff. So I'm gonna draw some sub badges and maybe even try to get a new emote done tomorrow. So that's what's going on there. We need to go with this one. And we need to bring that further down. And then this is going to go forward. Glad I'm doing this before I put all the belts in here, because this would be really tedious otherwise. very flashy today with all the building. That's not right. Fix these. It's the kind of thing that once you do it, you're always happy that you took the time. Because it's a pain in the butt to do it when there's belts and machines and all kinds of stuff in the way. That's good. These need to change. Do you have a vague time in mind for that? I don't know, but it's going to be during my workday because it's going to be related to what I'm doing during the day. So, afternoon, sometime between 1 and 3 Atlantic time would be when I would start. I have to take tomorrow morning to do it, like admin stuff, email, and not like not taxes, but like bookkeeping and stuff for business. All right, so this needs to switch around. Looks like all of these are the wrong way. Yeah. Looking forward to that new Zoop command or ability that we're going to have in Update 5. Speaking of Update 5, I am planning on doing an Update 5 early release experimental playthrough on the Grasslands Metroplex build that we started. Wait, did you release a new episode of Spawn Chunks? Yeah, it was published today. Mentioned it at the top of the stream, but for those wondering, it is out now. Spawn Chunks publishes every Monday, usually between 5 and 6 p.m. Atlantic time. For folks that want to set their calendar to it, but don't be alarmed if it's ever late. It's usually just quality assurance or me trying to get things right or other things delaying the show a little bit. Let's put some walkways here so we don't always have to go up by jetpack. So we've got that done. It's now this top part that has to get changed. Looks like the orientation is already set up though. So you can sort of see what I'm planning with the windows here with like window floors. Here I was tempted to go out a little bit, but I think it's gonna be better to have full window floors and then have like a ceiling window there. I don't know. It's gonna, if we start doing this too much, it's gonna get really laggy with all the glass. I really wanted to do some stuff where instead of just a window, we actually have like a cutout, like an open air part to the factory. But the windows do look really cool. And I also want to try to have some stuff where there's some depth changes. Like I wouldn't mind bringing in the wall, but I want to do the factory innards first before I figure out where we're going to have room to do that. Thanks for the host, appreciate that. And Blue Nose NL, thanks for the follow. Welcome in. If anybody watching is new to Satisfactory, you can get a link by doing bang Satisfactory in chat, and you will see a little bit more about what the game is all about. I guess these don't technically have to be here. I'm gonna put them in anyway, just in case. Apparently I might need a railing. So we're going to delete these half measures. And I don't know if I'm keeping this, but I thought I'd put one in here just for fun. See what it looks like. Has to go the other way. I've certainly learned a lot about building, messing around with this Devastator build. You definitely do yourself some favors by going big. You have to... You quickly learn kind of like how they do it when you see big builds on Reddit or Twitch. You quickly learn kind of like how they went about getting everything together. So we want to remove that and switch to this and that. So all of these can go. Now I've got no idea if I'm going to leave these glass foundations in or if there is even going to be a floor here. There might not be a floor at all. Not sure how that's going to roll. I'm going to leave that in there just in case I decide to keep that design feature. See, this is why I'd be lousy at Factory Builder. I always build the exterior first and then try to cram something into it. I did that too. The difference is that I gave myself this one foundation width for a wall. But yeah, I'm absolutely stuck for space here. Like, these things are running up and down this way because we couldn't do them the other way around. And it's going to look cooler, I think, at the top when we expose them to the sky. And then also, I mean, we are a little bit over. And technically, I think the last thing is on this foundation. But if I want a border around it, we do kind of go past the wall here. But you could also have yourself like a little catwalk going all the way around, which is not a bad idea. All right, is this side done? This side looks like it's done. Now this side needs, all of this needs to be deleted. See, there's where I would get kind of funky with. It would be kind of neat if we could have the wall kind of like come in like this and go into windows, but then there's no half windows, at least not yet. There's a few things that we might end up taking advantage of with the new base parts. But I like the idea of this being open air. This is a really cool view, right? So I don't know if I even want a window here. Like, I'd be okay with just a straight up open area, I think. But I'm not sure. Maxter's End, if it's already 20 to 2 in the morning, what does it matter? I'll go for at least a couple hours. I don't really know. I don't see the point in telling people when the stream is going to end, because if I go over or if I go short, then people have expectations and it doesn't really suit anyone. I'm gonna not close that off just yet. We might need that. There. Okay, that's good. That doesn't go there. Oh, this is... So here on this next level, I'm not sure how we're going to handle this. I'm going to mimic everything, but we may end up changing the way that this works. Because I want these things to pop out the roof. Alright, so that should be everything lined up. That all looks right. Oh, this is not. Now, why did that... I wonder why that one in the middle twisted. I wish there was a button you could press that would switch them back and forth, like if they're facing the wrong way. I know you can use your mouse key, but I feel like there just needs to be like a... always place it in this particular way, you know? Unlike how pipes work. So we are now at the top. Leave that open just in case we need to do something with it. How did I... Do we only ever have one base on this side? 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, this is the outside wall. Aha, I see. Glad I checked, because we need to put something like this in here. And same thing here, right? Yes. I think we'll just do the bottom ones on this side just for now. Maybe we'll do like a slit in the middle. Or maybe we should do a like a what's it called? A gate wall. No windows. Still get a decent view. A lot of stuff in your way. But not bad. So I think that takes care of everything as far as the layout goes. Now up here is where it gets a little bit tricky. Autosave lag is coming in just a minute. Oh. Mid-jump. So I feel like I might want to have them turn this way rather than this way. I feel like that might look cooler, but it would mean that we'd have to change the design of this floor. Plus, I think we're going to have to get them up on things. So more than likely we would use this foundation set here. I just don't know how high we want them to be. Because we can have them come out at any kind of height. Because we're on the top floor, so it doesn't matter. Well, obviously, not that high, because that blocks the input. Like I think that's pretty cool looking. So we can get like an extra foundation and a bit above there. So then we just have to figure out how to fit 20 of these. And I would say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We could just do 4 rows of 5. And I think we'd be okay. Or maybe we'd have to do something a little bit different because I don't want to cover this up. So maybe we have 3 rows of 3, 18, and then we'll just have the other ones on the end maybe. I don't know. Either way, I definitely want this to remain open. And we'll probably knock the roof back to here. So that from down below there's more of an angle for light to come in. That'd be cool. I love looking down into factories like this. Like when this is all done and busy, this is going to be awesome. Unfortunately, the bottom layer is off center, so it's not going to look quite as cool, but it's going to look great when you're down below. When you're down here and you're looking up, it's going to be very symmetrical and very cool looking. Now, as far as the output, these ones are all outputting to this factory here, but these ones, I was going to run mergers down the middles here, but that's going to block everything off. So what I think I might do is, provided we can get a belt across here, I'm hoping that we can run a belt over the top of this thing. Survey says we cannot. Encroaching others' clearance. Let's go a tick higher. There we go. So I don't know. Maybe that's not the best idea. I'm cool with this being higher because iron ingots are a low profile belt item. Tricky part would be getting it down from there. That's one way we could do it. But oh, then we'd have to do mergers. That might not be the best way. Ooh, we could go... No, underneath is going to have the same problem. Only have 2 1-meter foundations. Yes, definitely. No phones at the table, I think, is a good bit of manners. Oh, we're gonna miss Mixmaster. Oh well. Nighttime falls, so it's time for the break train. But it looks like that break train is gonna be a local chew. Any votes? Bone Crusher or Scavenger? Oh no, I don't want to go up. This is gonna hurt. We're going to take this one because it's here. And it's leaving. Alright, I take a break about once an hour in Satisfactory. And I use break trains like this to do it. But I take it when it goes dark. So I will see you folks in about 5 or 6 minutes. Alright, well-timed break return. Hey, Espresso Master, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. I really don't know what to do about the export of this. I thought I was going to be able to do more with it. I forgot how low the ceilings are. So that's unfortunate. This one. Alfian, hello. Thanks, yeah. Had a good day. Spawn Chunks is out. Good workout. Playing Satisfactory. Can't complain. So, the alternative is that we run these things. I think that has to stay there. That we run these things down the middle again like that. Which is fine, I guess. It's just that there's going to be a lot of them. All lined up. So what would that actually look like? That would look like this. We'd have temporary foundations in the middle. And then we'd have to line up mergers down the middle here, exporting to me. There's going to be 10 of them. I mean, we could try to merge the floors together. So at least it's a little bit interesting. But if we go down here and look up, like this is what that's going to look like. I mean, it's not the end of the world. 4 floors of that is going to look pretty cool. But then what we could do is if we wanted to have a cool looking way to combine floors. So basically we're going to need, this is going to be 30 per minute. So what we could do is we could bring the floors down. And so on the top level, we could have something like this. Where are these? They are right on the edge. I want to say it's there. Yep. I'll get rid of that. So what we could do is we could have another merger on top. And then we could use lifts and go down. Or why can't we do that? Oh, that's in the way. Well, okay then. I wish they would fix the hitboxes on these, but never mind. So that's out. Could I even do it this way? No, I can't do it that way. Okay. That works. So we can go up to the... No, we can't even do that. Alright. I can't think of another way to send this stuff out. We could bump everything back. Ah, that's going to mess that up. Okay. We're going to go with the middle. A little bit boring, but it's all good. That sounds interesting. When can we expect to see your work? I don't know what you mean. So I noticed that we've fallen below the... Oh, I see. Okay. Hunter, thanks. We've fallen below 175 for the Lego Let's Chat. I have to adjust the goals for that again. Guess we should put these in first. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's what 2 of those in a row looks like. So what does that look like from down here? Yeah, that'll be busy. It's not going to be as clear and as open as I originally wanted it to be, but light will still be able to get down. That's fine. Alright, so I'm not going to do all the floors at once, one bit at a time. I think I'd like to belt up the bottom. But for people that are new to Satisfactory or haven't built on this scale, now that I know that this is going to fit, and there's just a lot of repetition that has to happen in there, I want to make sure that my export belt, which is coming down here, there's going to be 4 of them. I want to know where this is going. Like, I want to know what we're making next. And we're going to have to make reinforced iron plates, but we're going to have to make screws and rods as well. Reinforced iron plates, I think we're going to use copper. So we're going to use the stitched iron plates. This recipe uses screws, but we have an alt that we can do for copper wire. So that is probably what we're going to do. That needs 10 plates. We're making plates down here already. How many plates are we making? That's an excellent question. We should probably know this. 20 per minute. No. Yeah, 20 per minute. And there are probably 18 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, okay. So each bay is 10. So that's 200 plates. Oh wow. These all get combined. It's hard to see up here. It's 5 deep. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. How many constructors do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So there's 30 constructors. 30 times 20 is 600, right? Yeah. So 600 plates are coming out. We're not going to use them all in reinforced iron plates. But we're going to use a lot of them. And I wouldn't be doing 1875 either. We would change that. So we're probably going to send these in this direction. There's not a lot of room in here for assemblers. They're big machines. And I think that this is the edge of the building because of the landscape. Oh no, we could potentially expand. Just not right away. Yeah, okay, this is... Yeah, this is the room we have to deal with. So, I think Skulldaisy or Hunter, someone was talking earlier about, like, building the building first and then trying to cram the factory in. Well, that's probably what we're going to end up doing. But if this is taking stitch plates, previous one was 30 per minute makes 5. 18 per minute makes 5.6. But we don't have to do screws. Iron plate. So I want to reduce that. If I did the target production rate of 5 per minute, that's 88 point that. What was the number? 1875. 1875. Is 16 and change. $15.75. So if we did 80%, then it would only need 15 iron plates, and that's a good number. What's 80% of 37.5? 30. Also a good number. And then 80% of 5.625 is also 5, I think. 4.5. That's fine. Yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to leave this here at 80%. We're going to be doing 80% on these for easy numbers. We can bring the copper in from over there, which will look cool and have a belt going across the maw. So I guess it remains, how many reinforced iron plates do we want to make? I feel like we need them for crystal oscillators. Yeah. We need 5 per minute. What's a common denominator of 4.5 and 5? Not 36. 35 would be okay. Because then we could siphon off the rest. That means we could make 8 crystal oscillators. 8 crystal oscillators per minute. And then how many does the radio control unit need? One. I feel like that's pretty good. Need to check to see what crystal oscillators are also used for. They're needed in control units. The rest of them are alternate recipes. I don't know if 8 per minute is what we would want. We probably want more than 8 per minute. What are reinforced iron plates? I wish that this would let us know what they're being used in. The one thing that the Satisfactory game doesn't have in it is like a glossary of what things are used in the future. So they'll tell you what things are made up of, but they don't say what they're used in the future. Reinforced iron plates are used in assemblers, awesome sinks, chainsaws, coal generators, constructors, belts, crystal oscillators. Oh, right, modular frames. Modular frames. And we need 3 per minute for modular frames. So we know we need at least 8. This floor is going to be pumping out... Oh, autosave lag. Welcome back, Maxter Zen. Shouldn't you be asleep? Isn't it like the middle of the night for you? 30, 300, 600. Divided by 15. 40. We don't need 40 of these. Not that we couldn't do it in here. I mean, some of this iron is going to have to go off in other directions. We also already have plates being made. So this isn't happening here. This is going to be fed from below, I think. Or we can send that along somewhere else. That's the other thing. Up here, we could be doing constructors for rods and screws. And then down here, we could do more of the assembler stuff. That's probably the better course of action. So that means that we don't have to worry about this too much. We can probably use this space for belt balancing and then use this for constructors. And I feel like we could probably do pretty well with constructors. And currently, the export on plates is flexible. They're all coming out along here. These two exports are belts. Or are plates, rather. So we could really take that just about anywhere and do whatever we want with it. It would take a little bit of finesse, but we could also reverse the direction and have it go out this way, and maybe this entire space here becomes our assembler floor. We got lots of room. All right, well, let's belt up the first floor of iron, and we'll get that going. Because I want to work out how we're going to power it and all that stuff. And I believe for this first floor we're using the first belts, which are coming off of the train. Yeah, these two. And we just need one 300 belt. No, we need both of them. Right. Okay. So this is all balanced out and ready to go. And this just needs to go. What are those? Those are Mark IV. That means all of this has to be Mark IV. Split in half. It goes from 300 down to 150. Then we do Mark IIIs. And Mark III lifts. And then I think for the sake of speed, we'll just continue with the Mark III the whole way down. Helps this last one get what it needs. These, of course, are going left to right. But then each smelter only needs a regular Mark I. Oh, we haven't even built this side yet. Oh, gonna move 6, 7. I must have miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, cool. So we only need to do 5 of these. No, 4 of them. 2, 3, 4. And then from this side, we do 1, 2. Why is it invalid? Oh, there's a wall there. Can I replace that wall? Assuming it was probably this. The order in which you have to place stuff in this game is a little bit weird. Thanks for the lurk, Elf. Appreciate it. So it's 1, 2, 3, and 4. And we needed this pointing to the wall. Oh, that's wrong. Go. So that goes in there. That should be a Mark III, I think. Ah. So Mark III goes all the way down. Same thing, just the other way. And then we're back to regular old Mark I's. Now, the other side of this, we've got to backtrack here. Coming into the building is Mark IV. So all the way to there. And then coming out of this, we have Mark III, which means that all of these are Mark III. That is, doesn't matter, that's not hooked up to anything. It's Mark III, Mark III. Cool. So then export is going to be real simple on the smelter side. And I never know whether to just do like the same belt all the way down. I'll probably end up doing the same belt, just so it looks consistent for the combined material. So this is going to be 600, which means we have to go all the way up to the tier 7. Probably easier from up here. So from here, I'm probably going to go up into a lift and send this probably as close as I can to the ceiling. No, not that high. Let's put a wall space down first. kind of see where this hangs. Oh, we can't do that there. Interesting. Basically, this is just for like a height reference. We'd want it there. That means that we can run the iron ingots as they're being done off to wherever we want. And for now, we're going to run it into an awesome sink just to kind of have the thing running and see if it works the way that we expect. Should have counted how many ticks that was. Mark 5. Too long. We'll just move the temporary awesome thing closer. What? Oh. Like, why is it not building? Grab that Mark 5 again. Beautiful. So, power. Downstairs, power is coming in, I believe, through here. So, we can use the wall, bring power up to the next floor. Where is that? Is that on a... Not quite on a seam. It's one over from a seam. Right, so we can go anywhere we want from there. I'm gonna go ahead and maybe put a few more wall pieces in. We'll probably go as high as this section here because these wall plug things, they do fit quite nicely on these windows if you put them on that crossbeam. So we'll bring the power in for this one. Looks like right in the middle. So from here, we have to decide how we're going to power these. All of the power nodes are on the back. And I think we're probably just going to go straight down from the ceiling because we've managed to cover up part of this ramp so we have a nice flat ceiling. So I think like directly above, it's probably going to be the easiest thing, although I don't want that. I want one of those. as close as we can get to directly above. That looks pretty straight to me. So for this then, we want it to come in probably around that height. These always make a really cool noise when you turn them on. So we're gonna cut that for now. Because if we do all of them at once, it looks really cool. Now we just go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Make sure I've not messed up here before I do the whole row. Looks pretty good to me. I do like powering these things from above. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Last one? It's the last one. You don't have to do this. You could power them from the wall. You could power them from poles. We could have one pole power like all... I don't know if we could do all 10. But we could certainly have one do 5 in a row, which can create some cool patterns on the ceiling. But when you power these things up all at once, it's a really cool animation and a really cool noise. Let me just get on something that gives us a better advantage from a view. It's subtle, but I like it. That means you're all powered on, but now you have to make sure they're all ready to do ingots. Copy and paste. Huge advantage now. Paste. Sorry for the glary flashlight. I've turned the glare in the game as down as far as it goes. So I think don't want to go across the open space here. Whoops. Tempted to run this behind the wall. Yeah, let's do that. And then over here, we'll do the same thing. Get this in this position. Oh, they're flipped. But we'll put the double wall bit there. And then we should be able to connect these two on the back. And I may add, well, they might not droop too much. Just one less wire drooping in the main factory floor. I think that looks cleaner than this. We could have this happening right here, right? But I don't know. It have limits how we're doing things. Now we can go across here. I'll double check all of these before we hook them all up. They all look straight from this side. I want to make sure that they're straight from the other side as well. Ta-da. Looks good to me. You'd think with a futuristic factory game there'd be a cleaner way to do the wiring. But it is what it is. Right. Smelter animation unlock. Nice. And now these all need be turned on for ingots, and then we can turn it on and see what happens. Lost the sunlight. That's fine. I guess we should think about putting lights in here too, eh? Good news is that in the dark it becomes very easy to see when your machines are either not working, idle, just missing something. These should all be green lit now, or yellow. No reds. Oh, you're red. Or are you red? Go. We also need to power temporarily the awesome sink. That will grind up the iron as it's made for now. And the last thing is to adjust the belts outside. And that is going to be a little bit tricky, because we need them to change position. This is going to be a little bit messy at first? I think we're just going to hook these up temporarily right now. So I'll use the Mark IV belts, and I'll just go from here straight up like this for now. Things should be coming in. You can split around. Start to hear things spin up. Iron is being made and should start shooting across in there. And it's not going to be a full belt because this is a 780 belt with 600 on it, but we're doing pretty well. And that spun up pretty quick, and that's because we're using this dual overflow system where we split it first, then half into the first 5 and half into these 5, rather than sending it all along these 10, leaving this very last one getting the least. Here we kind of split the difference, and I'm not sure what you want to call it. I call it reverse overflow, but there's probably other names for it as well. But it doesn't look like anything's slowing down. This guy is doing fine. How are these low ones doing? These last ones. These are the ones we don't want to idle. They look like they're doing okay. Now there's a lot coming in on that belt because the tank is full, or rather the loading station is full. Once this runs for a bit, we'll get a better idea as to whether or not there's enough iron coming in on the train for it to be effective. But that's it. That's what each floor is going to look like. They're all going to be the exact same. They're going to be going to different places. But I think that's pretty cool. Now you can imagine that you can't really see any movement, a little bit down here because the iron ingots are such a low profile belt piece, but that 4 times over, or at least 3 times over going up top, and then we'll have to come up with something cool for the very, very top floor. I've got a funny feeling we're gonna have to start thinking about bringing the iron down. I think this section here is gonna have a lot of down elevators. I'd imagine we're probably gonna bring the iron down to this floor and the floor below before more stuff happens up here. This could be more specialty stuff. I'm not really sure what we're going to do with this space. There's not a lot of room when the roof starts to slope along here. It gets pretty small pretty fast. However, that's all the time I have for today. It is time for me to go make some dinner. I'm glad that I got this going. Everything looks like it's going well, so the plan executed and looks good. We just have to now wait for the train to empty and see how that goes. Obviously I have to fix that, but I'm gonna wait to do that all at once. We'll fix all the belts out here where they're all coming in. That's probably gonna change a couple times over, so I'm gonna wait and do this all at once and try to make it look cool. But if you've enjoyed this, leave a follow before you take off, if you don't mind. Follow me on Twitter at Joel Duggan. That's where you can see more of the stuff that I do. You can also listen to the Sponge Chunks podcast, which is out right now, and the Citadel Cafe podcast, which is brand new on Thursday. We'll be recording on Tuesday this week, actually, with the Citadel Cafe, so that's going to be a lot of fun. Steven's back on the show this time around. And last but not least, check out Patreon. It's patreon.com/JoelDuggan. It's how you can get a way to support the stream outside of Twitch if you show desire. And, of course, thank you to everyone that used their Tier 1 or their Prime Gaming sub today. I really appreciate it. Great to have the support. We're gunning for 175 on the subs to do the Lego chat, or the Lego Let's Chat build. And of course, we're also looking to do 200 subs for the Citadel server tour. That's going to be pretty cool, if you don't mind me saying so. That's it for me, folks. I'm going to try to pass you on to somebody else playing Satisfactory, but I will see you next time. Bye for now.